got your exams. The grades were pretty high for one of my tests. I hope that means I don't have to go harder on you next time. Sorry. That's it for today. Written responses to reading on page 394 due tonight by midnight. Please do not be late.
Hey, Professor, you left me a note saying you want to see me after class?
Yeah, do you have time right now? We could go talk in my office.
Yeah, is something wrong?
Nothing life-threatening, just classroom etiquette.
Oh, okay.
Any big plans for the weekend?
Nothing big. Might go to a rush party tonight. So there's something wrong with my classroom behavior?
Yes, specifically you're sleeping in class. It's starting to become a distraction for my other students.
I'm sorry, Professor. You don't teach the most interesting class. Look, I know I doze off from time to time.
Heather, you've been asleep in class every day for the past week. For extended periods of time, I might add. Heather. Thank you. And if I'm not mistaken, Marcel was crumpling up pieces of paper and throwing them to try to get them in your mouth. This behavior is unacceptable, Heather, and I'm afraid it's affecting your grades.
My grades? What do you mean? I get A's on all of my tests and assignments.
Surprisingly, yes, you do, but if you read the syllabus, you'll see that your grade is made up of both attendance and participation.
But I'm in class every day, so I deserve
Heather,
points for that.
just because you're in class physically doesn't mean I can give you credit if you're asleep the entire time.
I'm not settling for anything less than an A. I get A's on everything else, so I don't deserve anything less.
That's not how it works in my class.
Look, I know midterms are coming up, and if my mom doesn't see an A, I'm not going to Cancun for spring break.
Heather, I give out grades based on how much work each person puts into my course. I don't hand out grades based on whatever your parents want or what you want. I'm sorry, but the highest grade I can see you getting right now is a B+.
You're going to give me an A.
No, I'm not.
You're going to give me an A, or I'm going to go to the dean and tell him about your inappropriate relationships with students.
What are you talking about?
You've got a reputation around here, Professor. I think all the other professors know about it, too. Imagine what they'll think when they hear you've extended your relationships to the classroom.
This is ridiculous.
Is it? Let's see. On November 16th, during lecture, you touched Maria on the shoulder, and your hand lingered a little too long. On November 19th, Diana asked for help in an in-class assignment. I think you were actually whispering sweet nothings in her ear. And did I see a nibble? On December 1st, I saw you holding hands with Kevin in the hallway.
I was shaking his hand.
That's not what I saw. So, Professor, which way is it going to go?
This is blackmail.
I take my schooling very seriously. And I expect to see an A when I check my midterm this weekend.
Anything you think you saw could be easily explained to anyone you choose to tell.
I don't know about that, especially once I add my side of the story. You asked me to see you in your office, told me to sit down and relax. Then you stroked a hair out of my face and told me I was beautiful. I told you I felt really uncomfortable and wanted to leave. But then you told me that you'd fail me if I left. Do you want me to keep going? It's about to be pretty graphic.
That's quite a story, Heather, but that's all it is. A story. Who's gonna believe you?
Maybe no one. But when I rush out of here with tears in my eyes and a rip in my shirt, your secretary is going to make a pretty good witness.
Why are you doing this to me?
I'm not doing anything. If you give me an A. It's that simple.
Get out. You'll get your A.
Thanks, Professor. It's been a pretty successful meeting, if you ask me. Have a good weekend.